Let us talk about RC2, which seems to be a difficult RC passage in the sense that the genre is political philosophy, but the language is slightly on the tougher side. So this should not have ideally been the first RC that you attempt in case you're not extremely comfortable with such RCs. Now, here we talk about two authors, basically two critiques in a way, Amin and Said. Primarily, we focus on Amin's work. Amin has tried to explore that what were the reasons behind European imperialism from a from the perspective of what was happening within Europe, the ideology of Europe. So it's more of an internal sort of an analysis where he talks about how European capitalism was in a way flawed and it actually justified this global predation of capital. So it looks at it from an internal perspective, while Said's view is what we call a post-colonialist view, which looks at how European imperialism emerged because of the European prejudice towards the non-Western people, those racist views that they held. So both of them analyze them from different angles. We focus more on Amin's angle in this RC passage, right? So this is what the RC is about, and the language, as I said, can be challenging at places, so you really needed to understand it. However, the questions, in case you've understood even the basic points of the RC, the questions are not very challenging. Let's have a look. Question 7. All of the following statements may be considered valid inferences from the passage except. So what is not a valid inference? A. It is probably unfeasible for the social sciences to fully represent reality in an objective manner. This is stated right towards the end. Okay, this is the last sentence of the RC passage. But he also made a case. Sorry. This is not the last paragraph. This is given here. Such a claim can, of course, also be critiqued from a critical social science lens, given that it is arguably impossible for any social science theory to fully capture reality in an unbiased manner. So it is impossible. So this is something that's stated, that it's impossible for any social science theory to state the reality in an objective, unbiased manner. And going by that, this cannot be the answer. Post-colonial intellectuals critiqued Marxism as being Eurocentric from theoretical deductions. Again, this is given. If you have to verify this, they a priori, it is given that they a priori rejected Marxism as being Eurocentric. See, uh, Amin's Eurocentrism was a response to what? To post-colonial critiques that dismissed Marxist analysis almost a priori, that means from theoretical deductions, for being Eurocentric. So post-colonialists did that. So even this can be verified, so this cannot be the answer. Said saw Eurocentrism? No. Okay, right here, false. Again, makes it an easy question, isn't it? Said did not see Eurocentrism as a polarizing and ideological global project. It was Amin who did that. In fact, if you attempted question 5 correctly, you should have got this also correct. And yeah, so this is something that Amin did, a sentence stated right in the passage, and therefore this is something that cannot be inferred because it's false. D. Amin thought Said's critique was generic. Yes, this is something that is given, that he thought that it was too general and transhistoric. That means something that's applicable at any point and not at a particular point in time. Amin thought that Said's critique was too general and transhistorical, given that it did not distinguish between different European visions of the Islamic Orient. So even this can be verified. Okay, so our answer, again through elimination, this could be done very easily. So if you've just understood in this passage, no, that Said was a post-colonialist and Amin was a neo-Marxist, and basically their primary arguments, then you could have attempted most of these questions.